And I told him that type of slander is not welcome here. Like, if you wanted to
Keep that
contribute,
negativity at home, please.
Yeah.
Welcome to No Ordinary Friendship.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Teresa.
Let's catch up. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Breaking news. I don't even know if this is worth telling you about, but I did go to that estate sale last weekend.
All I see now are estate sale signs. I'm like, ooh, should I go? Should I go?
Okay, but here's my takeaway. Since I'm like a total newbie, I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
Prices are much higher than I thought they would be. I guess I was thinking more like garage sale, yard sale type thing.
Yeah.
But estate sales is like, I guess they think they're fancy.
Higher end.
And I'm just like, but this is used stuff still, you
Yeah.
know? And my mistake was this was run by a very professional company. Like there was a security guy at the door.
Oh, wow.
There was somebody in each room, like selling the stuff in each of those rooms. So I was like, this is too much overhead. Like, this is what we're paying for, right? They had to bake it into the price.
Wait, so was it a really big house with like a lot
It wasn't huge. I mean, it was like a 2-floor fine house. I'm guessing maybe like, I don't know, 3,000 square feet.
Wow.
2,500
Did they have
square
like
feet.
a lot of luxury goods?
I
or-
guess so, but like they also had stuff that was like BCBG and they were trying to sell it for $200 and I'm just like,
They don't know
are you
the market.
kidding?
Yeah.
Like, go look on Poshmark. It's probably like $10. I don't know. They had like a vintage Saint Laurent bag. They had a Chanel sweatshirt. I showed you some of the jewelry.
Yeah,
I was like,
that was
oh,
cool.
I kind of would get it if I liked it.
Yeah.
Because I at least know that is like a brand that's recognizable and you can check what the price is.
Yeah.
But I didn't want it.
Yeah, and I feel like buying used jewelry just feels a little bit like a better value than buying used clothing.
Yeah. And I did ask, because it's run by like a big company, they run all the jewelry through a jeweler. So it is like they know exactly,
authenticated
like
and-
it said like 14K or something. You know, you can kind of believe.
Yeah.
Versus going to a random garage sale, you're taking a chance.
Right. Or it's like price based on vibes.
Yeah.
And like almost how sentimental you feel towards
$2.
something. Interesting that they
Yeah.
had. I wonder if all estate sales have like a professional.
I don't know.
Like usually I know that it's delegated to
Yes.
another
Outside
company,
party or
versus like a
something.
garage sale.
But this one felt very, I don't know, maybe they're all like this. So I think I have to go to a couple more.
Oh, okay.
If there are
Report
more
back.
in San Mateo, and I'll let you know.
So did you get anything, or were you just?
I did not, but then I was shocked that there were so many people buying things. And I was like, what are they buying it for? For their personal collection, or do they have a store? You know,
Right.
like, because in the jewelry section, they had these little, I guess they were tiny jewelry boxes, but they had cute designs like a puppy on top or like cupcakes, you know, it's just like ceramic.
Yeah.
And this woman bought like 4 of them. Each one was like $50 or $60. So I was
Maybe.
like, that's not a steal.
Maybe it's like a collectible that we don't know about.
Maybe,
It's
yeah.
like, oh my gosh, I used to watch so much of the Storage Wars.
Storage Wars. Yes. I was very inspired by Storage Wars, but I mean, like, they buy a whole storage thing for like $100 and then they dig through it, you know?
Emily, you're thinking of Storage Wars of like 2015. It is a new age now.
it?
It is 2025. They're going like in the thousands.
Does it still exist?
It does actually. It seems
Oh.
very like manufactured now though. It's like the same
Because
people.
I don't have cable TV, I don't know what's on anymore.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those shows where you're like, I guess I'll watch this.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah.
It's not appointment television.
I used to watch it a lot though.
Wait, me too.
That's why we're friends.
Yeah. We have the same shitty taste in TV shows.
Yes. My second update is I am ashamed to say, as much as I hate Xfinity, I am going back.
What?
Because, so I switched away, maybe, I can't remember now,
But
like
you
a couple
have
years
fiber
ago.
optic, right?
No, so I was with this other company called Astound Broadband or something, and they kept raising their prices to the point where like it almost doubled since I started with them.
Okay.
And I was like, that's just rude.
I
you
mean,
know?
they're trying to be Xfinity.
I know, they are. I thought they were like the good guys, but they're turning into the bad guys. And Xfinity, for some reason, is offering like a very competitive rate. They promise you the price for 5 years, but it's not a contract.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I was like,
That's
well,
a great deal.
why not?
Is that going to be in the guess how much part?
It can be if you want. I didn't put it there.
Okay, no, I don't want it to be.
Let's not give them too much airtime.
Okay,
But I just
yeah.
wanted to confess to you because you and I had so much experience calling them and being annoyed and angry.
I
And I
know.
have to say their chat person was very friendly too. I don't like talking on the phone, so
Yeah.
I did the chat.
Yeah.
And they were nice and, you know,
Oh, they got you. They got you.
We'll
There's
see.
going to be an update from Emily.
I know. I'm like, where's the catch?
Maybe in 5 years you'll let me know.
You know, I'm so untrusting. When I was chatting with them, I was like, well, is this the real price? Are there any additional taxes?
Yeah, what is the all-in price?
What is going to be my cost? And the person was like, that's the cost. And they're like, I was like, what about the taxes? And they're like, internet taxes are less than $1. And I was like, okay, fine.
What about like, but there's like always county taxes and like additional fees.
Supposedly no.
Usually, well, as long as she told you the all-in pricing was that.
Hopefully. We'll see after month 1.
Wait, hold on. Are the speeds the same?
I think I went from 500 to 400 megabytes per
Really
second.
Really good.
But it's because Victor Googled it, because I was like, should we go higher? Because, you know, for $10 more, you can get like 1.1 terabytes or something. And
That
I don't even think that's
the
right.
deal seeker in Emily.
But he was Googling it. He was like, Reddit said people were like, oh, you need like 10 megabytes per second to stream like Netflix or something. And I was like,
it's really slow.
Well, that's
though.
all I need.
Yeah. I just need to make sure me,
And it was like
my kids.
25 megabytes per second is plenty or something.
I think it also depends on like how many devices you have, right? And how many things are connected, and like way more things are connected than we expect.
True.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe Xfinity has really transformed.
We'll see.
They're getting way too much airtime. Let's move on.
Yeah, okay. Tell me about your
I'm
exciting news.
going to Alaska.
Yay! I've never been besides the airport.
Forgetting. Wait, what? You've been to the airport?
When I used to fly from New York to Taiwan, there'd always be a layover in Anchorage or something.
What?
Yeah. Yes, that was the life.
Were there no direct flights, or you guys just chose
I don't think there were direct flights. Maybe the technology wasn't there. I don't know.
Interesting.
I actually don't know.
Because when I lived there and I flew, I just always flew direct.
Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe it was cheaper.
And it wasn't even through SFO or anything.
Maybe it didn't exist.
Interesting. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to Alaska. I'm not going to be at the airport because I'm going on a cruise.
Yay!
And I keep forgetting I'm going because it just kind of snuck up on me.
Yeah.
And remember how I was
And what is it for? Your birthday.
Kind of. It's not really over my birthday. We're
But
coming back
kind
before
of
my
to
birthday.
celebrate your birthday.
Kind of, yeah. We have like my family going, my in-laws going, my brother's coming, and yeah, it's gonna be great. But
Amazing.
I keep forgetting because, well, I just don't like their website.
Oh yeah, you said the cruise is like really hard to navigate.
It was so hard for me because I complained about it on the pod, like how to research it, because it was just like the user interface is so weird. They have like all these different tiers and terminology.
Yeah.
It's really not that complicated, but I also was always multitasking when I was looking into it. And now you have to book excursions. So you don't have to, but like I feel like they leave you if you don't book through them.
What?
Well, like if you book an excursion off the
they don't
boat,
know to wait for you or something?
well, they're not going to prioritize like one person for like a couple thousand people. But if you do book through the ship, you kind of pay a premium to get that peace of mind as well. Even though it's like much cheaper
how they get you.
to book externally.
Yeah.
So I just feel like it's not worth my headspace right now. I'm going to pay the premium for convenience.
Yeah.
But when I go to the website to sign in, I have to click like 3 different times in order to get to like my reservation. It keeps trying to sell me another freaking cruise. And when I'm already signed in, it continues to tell me to sign in.
Oh, that's really annoying.
I'm so frustrated. And I have to, and this is not the
What is the cruise line?
Norwegian.
Oh, okay.
So I ended up like making some decisions. Alaska's like super beautiful with nature and all that. That means not kid friendly sometimes because of the hiking. So I'm like looking into that piece. We also have like grandparents coming. My brother's coming too, and they're like a bit more adventurous. So this is a problem with being a people pleaser.
Oh,
like I'm like
you're trying to make
taking into
everybody
consideration-
happy.
Yeah. Even though they're like, I don't care. And I know my brother's gonna come back to me and be like, well, what about this? What about that? Like when we're there. So I had him call me on the phone yesterday. And I was like, I need your feedback on some of these excursions. I can't really decide. And after the call, I was like, thank you for your feedback.
It will be taken into consideration. We'll let you know.
He was like, I don't even feel like you listened to me. He was like, this was just a sell call for you to sell me on your decisions. I was like, no, you gave me clarity that you like truly didn't care. And I was like, now I expect you to go to your wife and make sure that the message is also delivered to her. Not that she would care, but I just want to make sure. And then he comes at me with like, by the way, I researched Norwegian. They're the second worst rated cruise line.
No. Really?
Well, I was like, I don't
can't
think
imagine
that's
true.
true.
Yeah.
And I also think it's different for
Maybe
Alaska.
second worst in terms of user interface.
I do think it's different for Alaska. It's just like a whole different beast there versus like the Caribbean and the European cruises.
Okay.
And I told him that type of slander is not welcome here. Like if you wanted to
Keep that
contribute,
negativity at home, please.
yeah. But he did say like our specific boat got good reviews. Like the specific itinerary that we have is pretty good. And I think it's I got so lucky because his coworker just went on this exact itinerary in the exact boat, and she highly recommended it to him.
Nice.
So
I'm sure
anyways,
that'll be great. Did you book your dining time or whatever? I feel like that's always very
I barely
important.
know how to do that, so we don't have that. But I feel like the early dining times may not.
No, don't you know cruisers are all senior citizens?
I don't
They
know.
want to eat early.
But I think there's like,
Get that early.
oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, it's been a while. So they used to have shows every single day. And now they only have like this one main musical act.
Really?
That only 2 times
Oh.
for a 7-night cruise. And you have to book it. So there's only like 10 o'clock
That
left
seems
now.
very few.
Yeah, very few. It's very different now. Now they
I
have
haven't
like
been in a long time.
variety
too.
show. It's like cost cutting.
Oh.
Or maybe no one wants to go to Alaska. I don't know.
I do.
But my entire For You page now is all TikTok,
Alaska cruise.
Alaska cruise, and people. And like anytime somebody says that they like went with a young child or a toddler, I'm like in their comment section. I am asking
Tell me
questions.
more.
I am asking them to make more videos. And they're like moms that are like
Yeah.
trying to be influencers.
They're
and I was
like,
like,
sure, happy
yes,
to.
they do.
Aw.
They engage pretty quickly, and I have to say, like, I love that about TikTok. But also, I am now an avid Reddit person because I am like spamming these pages with questions, and I'm learning now that I don't have enough Reddit like points.
You
or
need
something.
points?
Or you need to build up a credible reputation as a legit non-bot.
Really? To ask questions?
For some of these subreddits, I think they require
Oh.
that. So like all my questions are being delayed.
Aw, you're like, this is time sensitive.
But now that I have built up my credibility,
Teresa is not a bot.
people are like so helpful on these forums. Like they're so passionate about these cruise lines, and they're coming back to me with YouTube videos that they researched
Oh, wow.
on behalf of my question. Like they don't know the
They're
answer.
so nice.
I know.
I don't think I've ever posted in a Reddit, but I definitely read them a lot too,
too.
when I'm going to travel. Like I looked up what to do on Big Island,
Yeah.
or I forget what else I looked up, but they're very helpful.
Super helpful.
Or like hotel options in a certain place.
Yeah. And generally like not too judgy if you ask a dumb question.
Yeah. Oh, I think I looked up like Garza Blanca.
You looked up internet speeds.
I did. Victor did that.
Oh, Victor did that. Okay. But yeah, I'm excited. I will share more because
Yay. Oh my gosh, can you please make some TikTok content while you're in Alaska?
I'll try. I think I was like, this is an untapped market right here because I was not getting the information that I needed and understanding like what was kid friendly.
Yes.
A lot of this stuff was like, oh, it's family recommended, whatever. But
Yeah.
like these kids are 10.
Yeah.
It's not the same
very
as when they're
different.
2, and it's not the same when they're like a baby.
Is there like a kids club?
There is a kids club. I've been like hyping the kids up and like they're super excited. But when I ask, Logan, do you want to go to the kids club? And he'd be like, no, not today.
Well, he hasn't seen it yet.
But everything else, like I'm like asking him, does he want to do this, do that? And he's like, yeah.
Aw. Well, if worst comes to worst, just bribe him. Be like, after kids club, we'll get ice cream.
Okay.
Because it's free.
Okay, I'll do that.
Well, don't say the free part.
Okay, I don't think he cares.
He's like, what's free?
Yeah.
Everything in my life is free.
I've been thinking about taking them to IKEA to like prep them for
Yes.
kids club.
Yes, you should.
But they do have a kids club.
Amazing.
We'll see how they do.
I will look forward to that when I take the girls on a cruise.
Okay, sorry. Enough about
Wow.
that.
Guess
Guess how much?
Oh,
Okay.
gosh.
Extending to my cruise theme.
Yes.
How much do you think the average excursion is in Alaska?
Per person.
Yeah, per person.
I know they're pricey, so I'm going to go with $150.
No. I haven't seen anything that was 150. They're like all in the 270 range for the things that
Okay,
we
what
would
are
do.
some examples of the excursions?
So I would say it's like they pick you up from the port, they drive you to some like native village to look at totem poles, and then you go see a
I'll
lumberjack
stay on the
show.
ship. Thanks.
No, it's a really
Go
big
have my
part.
afternoon tea.
No, it's a really okay. So that like, or they take you to like a national park that's nearby, maybe 30-minute drive. They give you a little tour, and then you have like 2 hours. Like all of those are around the 270 range for adults.
Crazy.
But what makes me mad is for kids, it's also like it's like 250. And these aren't even the ones that are like the helicopter ride. Those are like 500.
Oh my
The
gosh.
sled dog one is like close to 700.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
That's actually when Victor and I did our cruise. Well, we didn't have kids, so I feel like you can be more easy, but I booked everything separately because it was way cheaper.
Yeah. It's way cheaper to book separately.
Like
but
we went zip lining somewhere in Mexico and it was really fun.
Yeah.
Of course, I was like, are we endangering ourselves? Like we're getting in this van that we don't know. It was really fun.
Yeah, I think that is definitely the way to go. But there's a lot of these where I'm like, oh, it's super tight. I don't know how it's gonna work for a large group. Like,
yeah. You have
I'm just
a big
gonna
group.
bite the bullet and pay a little bit more.
Yeah.
For convenience and peace of mind.
That's what you have to do as a parent, honestly.
Yeah.
The amount of DoorDashes we've done is like shameful. But it's like, I'm too tired to go pick this up with the kids. You know, just bring it to
Is
me.
they like send an end of year summary and you're like, what?
Don't
How
even
did
tell
this
me.
happen?
Don't tell me.
Okay, second thing on here is Polo Bear shirt.
Polo bear shirt.
Do you see the people wearing the Ralph Lauren?
Yeah, it's cute. Like a little teddy bear with clothes on or
yeah,
something.
like over the wintertime, they were super big with all their sweaters.
Uh-huh.
How much do you think a shirt is?
T-shirt
A summer
or-
t-shirt. Yeah, summer t-shirt.
Oh my gosh. $65.
Emily. Okay, that was the price for a kid's shirt. And,
200.
no, close. Yeah, it was
What?
like 170, 160,
Are you
170.
kidding?
Yeah. I am not kidding.
Well, I don't know if you saw my TikTok about this, but I was like, oh, those Celine baseball caps are really cute. I should get one. And then I went on the website and I was like, holy shit.
Is it like 600 or
Yeah,
something? I think I looked into
$590.
that.
I was like, never in my life would I have imagined this number. Like, even though I know it's Celine, I know it's like a premium brand. So in my head, I was like, okay, maybe 150.
Emily, come on.
It's
Even
a
like,
freaking cotton
dude.
baseball cap.
but like Paige is selling pajamas for $200 that are not even premium brand.
I can't wrap my head around it.
I would get that baseball cap.
Someone commented that I should go on the yellow. What do they call DH Gate or something? I think they call it like the yellow.
Oh, the yellow app?
Yeah,
Because
the
it's all
yellow
fake.
They're like, people just get it on there for like $40.
But like, I would rather have the real thing. Or like,
I mean, me too.
but like, you don't care about like having the brand name.
Right. I guess I just think it's cute.
Yeah.
But I don't know. To me, then I'm like, oh, then my Chanel shoes seem more worth it. Because at least they're handmade and leather.
Yeah.
Like a baseball cap.
Let's go try on the baseball cap.
Okay.
Maybe it won't
In
even
Vegas,
fit well,
we'll
you
try
know?
that.
Like if it doesn't fit well, then it's a no.
Okay, like
Anyway.
how you're enabling me to buy a $600 baseball cap.
I will buy it with you.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. I was also at the freaking outlet.
Uh-huh.
And that was the only store we went into. It was Father's Day.
Uh-huh.
And my mom was dead set on buying my husband something.
Uh-huh.
And I told her, she's like, this is out of date. Like, no one wears polo anymore. I'm like, no, actually, the polo bears are super popular now.
Yeah.
And then we just went down a rabbit hole. Everyone has matching polar bear shirts and polos now.
Cute. Are you going to wear on the
And
cruise?
we can't stop. Or like, we had to buy because we already went down that rabbit hole, like finding everyone's sizes until we got to the register. And then my mom was like, isn't this an outlet?
Why is it so expensive at the outlet? Was it full price? Because I know sometimes at the outlets, there's some full price stuff.
Yeah, I guess it's a mixture of outlet stuff and non-outlet stuff. And I shouldn't have made the comment that like the
The
polar
polar
bears
bear.
are in now.
Wait, so you have one?
I got the
can't wait
hat.
to see it.
I got the hat. And my mom had a good hat.
How much was the hat?
Great question.
Not $5.90, I bet.
Don't know. Yeah, definitely not $5.90.
Maybe $75.
Wait, what was I going to say? Oh, the hack is a lot of women, I remember during wintertime, were buying kids extra large.
Ooh.
Yeah, because they go up to like size 14, 16 in kid sizes. And so we did that for the women's shirts.
Oh, nice. I love it.
Yeah, it's still sitting in the bag.
All right, pop culture. Oh, this is me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, are you going to tell me about another dating show called Paradise? I finished Paradise season 1
On Hulu.
on Hulu, and I know you were lukewarm about it.
Yeah, very lukewarm.
I highly recommend it now that I finished. I agree. The first episode, well, there was a twist already, but you're still kind of like, where's this going? Like, what are they going to tell me about? And a lot more complexities come to light. And
in the second half of the show?
Yeah, I think it's worth watching. There's just like complex characters, plot twists, and like...
Do they introduce more characters, or is it the existing ones that have more layers to them?
A little bit of both. Yes, but if you have like nothing to do, I recommend it actually.
Okay.
And I know we were like sort of hating on it, more you than me, because I was like...
More you than
I was
me.
open to it, but I also wasn't like blown away. But now...
Okay, I'm more open to it now
It's
that
a
you
2 thumbs
recommended
up
it.
from me.
Oh, 2 thumbs up.
Because, you know what's funny? We watch like a lot of random shows, and usually we just like keep moving on. And then the day after we finished, Victor was like, you know what I'm a little sad about? And I was like, what? And he's like, we finished Paradise.
Wow.
Yeah.
So did you actually actively give it 2 thumbs up on Netflix
No, I don't.
as a rating?
I don't rate anything on Netflix. It's too much admin.
Oh, you don't love it. You don't love it. Okay. Thank you for that update.
And I did start And Just Like That. I don't know if you did.
No.
The Sex and the City reboot.
How is it?
It's pretty bad. On the opposite end of the spectrum. It's like, I guess for me, I go in with very low expectations. So I'm just like, whatever. And I just watch it to have something to watch. But I'm like, where is this story going? You know, it's just like very almost cringy to watch. And
yet we still watch it.
And you know what else? I am just so not Team Aiden. Like from the beginning, he just bothers me.
Because he has a really big role this season.
Well, he's like her love interest, and there's no hope of it being big again.
Why did they kill Big off again? Was he like canceled or something? And then
I have no idea, but I think that was a mistake. Maybe he didn't want to do it.
yeah, and they're like, "You're never coming back."
You and Samantha shunned.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it, even though you're telling me it's bad.
No, yeah, I'm still gonna keep watching.
Yeah. But I think the general consensus is like, it's bad, but we're gonna watch it because we love Sex and the City, the original.
Yeah, it's just very, I don't know. I don't know why it can't be better.
Because of Shay Diaz, who I know is not even on the show
not
anymore.
on it, yeah.
I know, but
Or they are not on it. I forget.
yeah. Okay. Love Island USA. I know I
Yes.
shared last time I'm watching this,
Uh-huh.
but so much has progressed. I'm not gonna get into like the details of it all,
Okay.
but
Because I won't know anyone.
it's daily, right? And so this one guy had a very long storyline, or had a pretty main storyline for a while, because he was picking between 2 girls, and he had a pimple on his face.
Oh no.
And
Where?
I was right on his face, like next to his nose, on his cheek. And it was big and it was red, and I'm like, man, it sucks to be on reality TV, because like it could
You
take
didn't put a little patch on it?
so
Isn't that all Gen Z does? They put like a little star.
yeah. And people were saying like, how come his castmate didn't give him a pimple patch? Because one of the other guys like walked
Had
out with
one?
a pimple patch.
Oh.
And because they don't get paid to be on this show,
Oh, they don't?
they don't get paid, like, but they get like a lot of benefits
They
from
get
it,
famous,
right?
and then they can
get
have brand
and-
deals.
yeah, exactly. One of the most recent guys that left the villa after only being on it for 2 days has 500,000 TikTok followers. now.
What? Is he
He
very good looking?
just started a TikTok, like that when he got back to
So
America.
annoying.
But it's kind of cool though to see, like, this is his first time out of the country, so like people love that. He didn't even get a huge amount.
Is he from
of,
like the Midwest?
He's from Georgia, like, and his
the
town
South.
is 1,000 people.
Aw.
He is a truck driver, and during his spare time, he said that he likes to visit his grandma.
Oh, very lovable.
Yeah, very lovable, very cute.
But he got voted off.
nobody picked him, basically, because you have to couple up, and then if you don't get coupled up, then you're off. He came in as a bombshell, and people were making fun of how ugly he was.
Oh,
I know. I think people just wanted cuter guys in general. Like, the guys are always disappointing. Like, the girls, there's so many different types of beautiful women out
Yeah.
there, and the men just either hit or they don't. So sorry. Anyway, so people were saying, going back to the pimple patches, like, because they don't get paid, it's kind of like almost like Hunger Games, where like you should be able to like buy things and ship them over to people. And someone was like, someone needs to ship pimple patches over to Nick.
Maybe he'll get like a really good brand deal for stuff
Yeah,
when he leaves.
maybe.
Those patches.
His pimple's looking better now, though. He's all good. It's recovered.
And he's still there.
They're young.
And Paige was on it. Did you listen to Giggly Squad?
I didn't listen. Oh, yeah. When I saw her, I was like, what a weird outfit.
Yeah, so she kind of explained it. Do you want me to spoil it for you?
I
or do you want
heard.
to listen? Oh, the lumberjack
Yeah.
theme. But did you also hear what happened?
She like threw up, fainted.
Yeah, she couldn't finish. Like she couldn't finish the recording.
Yeah.
So she was missing for the last 2 people or something.
After the show for that, where she was like in it for just a little bit, the transition during the episode was like, and Paige has left, and now blah blah blah's gonna take over. Yeah, it was like a very like random.
It's because she like felt like she was gonna pass out.
Yeah, she was wearing a very.
She was wearing
thick
suede
outfit.
in the heat.
In like 90-degree Fiji heat.
That wasn't a smart decision.
No,
And also the outfit was
not good.
Yeah. But I guess she said like it was like very last minute they asked her if she had something lumberjack.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not on the Paige love train these days.
Really?
Yeah.
Because of her Daphne line? Or
No,
something?
not because of Daphne. I think because of her lying a lot.
When is she lying?
So she lied for Craig.
Oh.
You watched the reunion, right? For Summer House?
I don't know if I finished it.
She came out and said like, yeah, she had to lie to Craig, like he got kicked out at Amanda and Kyle's wedding, and like there was just like so many things. And she just a couple seasons before on the reunion, she like bitched out Lindsay. She was
really?
super mean, really aggressive towards her, like calling her a liar. And I don't think she's apologized
Oh, she just like fully lied.
fully.
Wow.
Which I get, like you kind of like save face for your partner.
Yeah.
But you should apologize to the people that you accused.
Yeah. So true. All right. Family health.
Yeah.
I got a facial this week.
Oh.
Just somewhere local in San Mateo.
Oh, is it our friend's recommendation?
No, but I had been given a gift certificate for another place.
Oh,
so I do
nice.
still want to try our friend's recommendation. I thought it was pretty good, but I mean, I feel like the last facial I got was like rosewood, so it's really hard to compare.
Totally.
It just felt like there weren't enough like fun steps. And also, you know, like in LA when we got the Korean facial, there's like so many things they do.
Yeah.
This one felt like a little bit pared down, like a little too simple. And the extractions were so painful, just maybe because I haven't gotten one in so long.
They're always painful.
But I was going to say, maybe it's my age or it's just like my personality, but I feel like going to the facialist is kind of like going to the dentist now because of the extractions. You're like, oh, it's going to be painful. And then she's like, oh, so what are you using? And I feel like it's like some judgment in there.
Yeah.
Like, are you using sunscreen? I was like, yeah. And she's like, are you reapplying? Oh, no.
Yeah.
And
Are
I'm
you
like-
flossing every day?
Yeah. What kind of serums are you using? How are you exfoliating?
Is she trying to sell you products too?
She didn't push it hard. She did show me some at the end, but I
Yeah.
think she was just trying to understand because it was my first time with her.
Yeah.
Like, what am I doing? How can
Yeah.
she recommend other things?
That's so
Are
funny.
you using a retinol? And I was like,
I
oh,
know.
man.
Are you using a retinol?
I have one, but I barely use it. Do you use one?
I don't have a retinol.
She was like, retinols are like really effective. And I was like, okay, cool.
Are you going to go back?
I think I'll go back one time at least. She said she does like another facial that like the first one is kind of like a general one to understand like how my skin reacts and stuff. But she says she does like a gua sha one. And I'm like,
Oh.
oh, I kind of want to try
Cool.
that.
Is
Yeah.
she Asian?
She's half Chinese, but I didn't know it looking at her.
What did you think she looked like?
Maybe like Latina.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know what her
Wow.
other half is though.
Very strong genes for her other half.
Yeah. But yes, I felt like I was in the hot seat.
All right, random.
This is a PSA. If you just want like a little brightness in your day, sign up for the Jellycat emails.
Really?
They're so cute. And it's like, honestly, just open it, look at it, and delete it, you know?
Are they
make
promos?
really, yeah, they're like introducing new plushes or like, oh, something for Father's Day. But they just create little pictures with their Jellycats. And I'm sure it's using like computer generated stuff, but it's really cute and it just makes me happy.
I can't even imagine what that would
I'll
be.
show you one after.
Okay.
But like this is one of the email lists I'm not unsubscribing from.
That is like a really great piece of marketing for Jellycat right there.
Yeah. Send us some Jellycat.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Thanks for listening. See you later.
Bye.